Hello everyone and welcome. So we're on our second um, easy paint with me on a Sunday. Oh no, it's our third. It's our third. Yes, it's our third. So you'll see that I've got a reference picture up here on the left of the screen, and I have already done a little sketch. And I haven't done much of a sketch. I've put a couple of the trees in on the right hand side there, and then on the left I've just got a big kind of stem there, just for the one that's going up on the left there. And I've given myself a little bit of a horizon line, and then I've added in some of those leaves that we did last week, because I thought that they would look quite nice creeping across this corner here. I might add a few more, we'll see. Yeah, that's the extent of the drawing that is required. So hopefully if you did the leaves last week, there'll be something that you know how to sketch out, and these lines are pretty simple. So that's where we're starting today, and I'm using my Lightwish sketchbook again, but I'll put a link down below. So this is a square 7.5 by 7.5 inches sketchbook. What else am I using? I've got 3 brushes out, a 12, a 6 and a 2 round brush, and then I'm using my main Michael Harding palette. So so that you can see what I'm doing, I'm going to lose me, but I'm still here. Right, so let's think where we want to start. I think I want to get a blue sky in at the top of my picture, and I'm not going to worry about my trees. I'm just going to paint my blue sky, but I'm doing it wet in wet. So I'm just putting water on my paper. Now, we don't want it dripping wet, but you do want to make sure that it's all got a shine on it. Okay, now we're going to pick a blue. You can pick whatever blue you want for your sky. I'm going to pick, this colour is called Vivid Blue. It's a really nice kind of sky blue, and I quite like that. So I'm going to have it a bit darker at the top here, and then I'm just letting my brush run out of paint as I go further down. There, it's just quite a pale blue sky there, because the sky is not the main element in this painting, but I just wanted something in the background there. I'm going to do the same at the bottom half of my painting. I want to pick a green, and I'm just going to put that as my, what I call, undercoat. So I'm going to wet my page now, and I'll be painting over the top of whatever else I've got that I've drawn. And then we'll pick a green as our backdrop. Right, which green shall I pick? Maybe we'll pick, what is this one called? Moss green, I think it's called. Right, okay, let's go with you, just to get a bit of a background. Yeah, that's kind of a muted green. So we'll get that going on. And then we've got our little background there that we can paint on the top of. So I'm going to dry. Shall I dry this off, or shall I get a bit more greenery going on down the bottom here? No, I'm going to get a bit more greenery going on. So I'm going to pick another green, and this one is olive green. So we'll pick you, and I'm just going to be dabbing it about in my wet on wet to get. You can see I'm just dabbing. Dab, dab, dab. Because we want to get an idea of this kind of foliage going on. And because we've got a big bottom right corner, we've got a nice kind of bit where the sun's shining through, and it comes across the page. So I want to get a nice bright green going across here to give that same effect. So this isn't, it's just dabs. Dab, 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 dab. There we go. We might want it to be a bit darker over here. So I'm going to go for an even darker green. And down the bottom here, this is Perylene green. I'm going to get some of this, and particularly over this side. I'm going across the bottom here. It looks a lot darker. So I've just added in a bit more of a darker colour. Okay, I think the other thing that I could get going is some of these little bushes that are behind these trees. So I'm going to take my Perylene green and I'm going to add a bit of neutral tint to it, or maybe Payne's grey. You could use Payne's grey, because I want it to be a sort of a greyy colour. And just along my horizon line, I'm just going to dot there we go, and that will give us the impression of some trees that are, and bushes and things that are in the background there. Okay, I think that's quite a good start. So I think I'm going to dry that now. Right, that is dry. So with my size 6 brush, and we need a brown for the trees, and I'm going to go with sepia because they look like they're quite dark as trees go. Let's get this first one in. And as always, I'm going to add a little bit of cobalt blue, but you could add ultramarine, because trees aren't just brown. Right, let's do our next tree. And add a little bit of our blue to this one. And then with my much smaller brush, I want to do this one that's kind of creeping up and round. And we can keep going with that one because you've got bits that are coming off. And bits that are coming off down here. And while we're here, we can see that we've got lots of twiggy bits. So we can get some of these in. And even a bit coming across here. We will be adding some more greenery in, so but there we kind of need those twiggy bits that are going inwards. So we've got those going in quite nicely. Okay, now we need to add to our, let's go back to my size 6, and we need to get some more greenery going on. So I think I'm going to go with this moss green again, although to be honest most of my greens are getting, if I pull this up you'll see I'm kind of just, you know, mixing all my greens in, which is absolutely fine because we want everything to be consistent. So now I want to get some more greenery going on. So I'm doing some more dabbing. So technical, isn't it? And I'm going to keep it darker in this corner. So I'm going to move to a different green for over here. And I'm going to mix some of my lighter green in with it because these leaves over here are a lot lighter. And I'm not bothered that I'm going over my leaves. I can still kind of see where they are. You're never going to be able to, you know, keep it all so that you can see everything. But so let's get another layer of this lighter green going across here a bit. So yeah, if you can dab, you can do this, basically. Like that. That's not looking too bad, I don't think. Now, we have got some leaves on this, but I'm not sure if I want to put leaves on it. I don't know whether, still they do come round. But I think I'm going to dry this bit first. Okay, good call, Michelle. Let's dry this bit first. Right, okay, that's all dry now. And I think we've got quite a nice effect going on at the bottom here. So I need to bring some of these leaves up and down, basically. So let's keep mixing our greens so that we've got a nice combination of greens. And do I use a smaller brush? Maybe. No, we'll stick with this. I'm going to get some leaves going on this one. Ooh, I'm going to have to turn that because I'm at the wrong angle. We want that to kind of go across, don't we? Right, okay. Let's get some of this lighter green in here. And I'm just kind of, yeah, scuffing the brush about, really, I suppose. And maybe we'll have a few that are darker. And we'll get those kind of coming off down here as well. Okay, I think we're not looking too bad. Right. I think maybe we could do our leaves. So I need my gold. And I'm going to use my Moon Glow again because I really love that colour. But we're going to have to activate it. Maybe a bit more water. Okay, let's see if we can get these. These little gold leaves in. Oh, there we go. That's looking good. I haven't put the little bit of colour in the bottom of these though. I'm just doing them with the gold. And what I like is that the little pencil marks just show through to give that the veins, the look of the veins. Right, I will just see if I can. There you go. I'm hoping you can just see how that's turned out. So we've got those there. I'm going to get some coloured pencils. So I'm going to pick a couple of greens that look like they need sharpening, typically, but that's fine. We can just quickly sharpen these. So I have picked out dark sap green and moss green in the luminance range, and I just want to maybe get a few more kind of grassy bits going on here and there. Not a lot, but just a little to help ground these, ground those trees in at the bottom there. Maybe a little bit down here. I don't think I'm going to use too much actually. I could. Let's get a bit more definition of our horizon line going on. And maybe just so as it's not all. There we go. Just a little bit of something going on there. And for my trees, I am going to grab a Derwent Drawing Chinese White, because I want to show a bit more of markings on the trees. Where the light is maybe catching them. On one side, just a little bit to add some interest to my trees there. Now, do I want to do anything else with this, or do I like it as it is? No, I don't think I want to do anything else with this. I think I quite like how it is. So let's move my paint out of the way, clear the desk a bit. Let's get this, whichever way it goes. Which way do you go? That way. We'll get our masking tape off, or washi tape in my case. And of course, everything always looks better with a little board around it, doesn't it? But I don't think that's too bad. And I mean, really, it was just dabbing, dab, dab, dab. And we added our little leaves coming across in the corner here as a little added something, a little extra. But I'm hoping that that is not something that's going to be too tricky for you to do. With watercolor, a lot of the time, the mistake that can be made is trying to do everything in one layer. And in actual fact, you'll notice that whenever I show my painting process, I'm always doing what I call my undercoat. I dry it, I might do another coat, dry it, and then do detail on the top. Quite often it's 3 layers really, I suppose, where the paint needs to dry in between. And that's what gives us much more of a 3D, I suppose, effect, rather than the 2D effect if we tried to paint everything all in one go. So I hope that as we go along on our easy paint with me's on a Sunday, I'll be able to share lots more of the kind of techniques that I use. I'm sure there are lots of other techniques out there, but you know, I'm quite happy to show you my techniques of how I do things. And one of the paintings that I did from an Unsplash picture, if I move that to the side for a moment. So this was this Unsplash? No, this was Pixabay, sorry. So this was the reference picture. I did this with my Patreons the other day. I can find it. Here we go. So this was, I can get rid of that reference picture now. This was my version, but it's done in several layers. So there we go. There's the reference picture, and there's mine. I don't always try to paint particularly realistically as such, but I will go through a whole process of planning out what I'm going to do, what colours I'm going to use before I even get to this stage. So, you know, let me know, is that something that is interesting for you? Is that going to help you? Would you like to see more of that on our Easy Paint with Me on a Sunday, to help build skills up? Okay, well, I think this is a success. Thank you if you've watched to the end, and thank you if you're subscribing to help the channel grow, and the thumbs up really helps get the video pushed out on YouTube further. So if you could do that, if you liked it, of course. If you didn't, then that's also fine. But yeah, stay safe, stay healthy, and stay calm, everyone. And see you again next time.